Okay, welcome back to the Mobile Motorbike Mechanic channel. I'm Steve. This is part 3 on the CB404. So you'll have seen us, if you've watched the other videos, you'll have seen us replace the head race bearings, you will have seen us do the front caliper rebuilds, and now we're going to tackle the carburetors on this bike. So it's a little bit lazy on the throttle, it doesn't respond very well. So what we'll do is we'll get the carburetors off, we'll strip them, clean them, make sure all the jets are all clear and what have you, no rubbish in those. Then we'll refit them, get the bike running, and then balance the carburetors to ensure that it's running properly. Just quickly nip the tank off. Carburetors are here, this is the air box, and we've got the inlet rubbers down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to undo all of the clips. There's two, one either side, 2, 4, 6, 8. We'll undo the air box on these two bolts here, pull the air box backwards, and hopefully easily withdraw the carburetors. I say hopefully and fingers crossed because they never come out easy on these things. But join us in a couple of minutes once I've got these down, because they're going to be a pain. So after much swearing and wrestling with the carburetors, we've got them out. So these are the carbs. So what we're going to do is put them inside a bowl just to capture the fuel that's going to come out of them, because as you can see they're chucking fuel out. So we're just going to take off the screws, remove the jets, clean them all out, put them all back together again. A very good fitting screwdriver is what you need. This is an impact screwdriver. I found this company at the motorbike show actually a couple of years ago, and they were selling some everlasting industrial drill bits. But they actually they're not a sponsor. They're not a sponsor, but they threw one of these in for free with every pack of drill bits you bought. And most of my gear is snap-on, and the trouble with being a mobile mechanic is you don't have a base of operations. So when snap-on bits break, yeah, great, they're get them replaced for free. But I couldn't find a snap-on dealer, because I'm always here and they're always there and whatever. Anyway, so I dug this out of the toolbox and started using it, and I've been using this now getting on 3 years, and it's never broken. It's going to break now, but but no, it's never broken, never let me down, and it fits. It's Japanese industrial specification JIS screwdriver, and it fits these, particularly the bottoms of carbs, really well. And you can also use it really well on master cylinder screws. So really good screwdriver. Now if you come and have a look at the here, I haven't obviously touched these yet, but you'll see somebody's been there before us, and so this one's all chewed out, so that's going to be a bit of a bugger to get out. I reckon this will do it though. And yeah, there's telltale signs that people have been in here before us. Not surprising, it's a 30-year-old or 31-year-old bike, but yeah, so I'm going to be interested to see if that one will come out. So let's give it a go. And just like that. And that is tight. That's a really good screwdriver, that is. So like I say, impact. They're down in Plymouth. Good boys. So we'll get these apart and you can join us in a second or two. Right, so that's those 3 screws off. Float ball off. Oh yeah. So you can see that's just the first one off. You can see in here there's a bit of rust deposit and what have you. Not looking all that flash in there. So yeah, that's the reason why we're here today, is to get all that cleaned up. So we'll work through each carb individually. We're into number 1 yet. We've got dirt in there. So what we'll do is we'll pull these jets out. Either a 7mm or an 8mm. That's a 7. Okay. That's your main jet and your emulsion tube. So your main jet into your emulsion tube, and I don't know if you can see, there's a series of very, very small holes in that emulsion tube. You should be able to look straight through them and see daylight through all of them. We'll clean all those holes up anyway, and then also you should be able to see right the way through it, right the way through the jet. Right, so next one out is the pilot jet. Same again. Pilot jet should be able to see through it. I can just see through that, but it is not looking great. And then again, we should have some little holes on the side which you should be able to see through as well. And looking a bit blocked as well. It's normally pilot jets which are the problem when you can't get a bike to idle. So we just want my pick. I'm just going to push out this little pin, and all that pin does is hold your float in place. Now when you pull these out, there's a float valve as well. So that float valve on this particular bike, that float valve sits in that recess, and that's what shuts the fuel off into the carburetor from the fuel tank. And again, if you look on the bottom of the float, you see there's like rubbish just generally inside the carb. So we'll get it all apart, we'll clean it all up, and yeah, so that's that one. Like I say, we'll give that a wash out with some carb cleaner. We'll blow it through with the compressor. We'll do all four of them, and then we'll put it all back together again. Yeah. So we'll see you in a few minutes. I've got the three other float bowls off, and they're all exactly the same. They've all got deposits of like rust and horribleness in the bottom of them. So we're definitely going to be doing this bike a favour by getting this all cleaned out. So yeah, come back to us in a minute. So yeah, so we've got these jet cleaning devices, and this is the main jet out of this carburetor. So all we're going to do is we're just going to find the appropriate size cleaner. Oh, there we go. Just give it a little rub, get all the crap off the inside. We don't want to go mad with it, because if we go mad with it, we'll alter the size of the jet, and that's no good. But as you can see now, that's passing freely up and down on there. So that one's clean. Just give it a quick little spray, a little bit of carb cleaner. Just make sure he is definitely, yep, he's blowing through nicely. So that's main jet clean. Then we'll do the emulsion tube. So the emulsion tube, we need a much smaller cleaning file. I think it's going to be that one. Oh, it might be even the one below actually. No, it's that one. Okay, and all we're going to do is we're just going to use that to clean each one of these. And as you can see, it's passing right through. So we're cleaning one hole there, one hole the other side. So that's one. 2, 3, and 4. Sometimes you'll have cross drills as well, but on this particular bike, this particular set of carbs, you don't have. So it's just 4 holes, and then if you hold that up to the light, nice and you can see through those, nice and clear. Then just to double check, put your finger over the end, bang some carb cleaner through it, mind your eyes. Yeah, you get a nice spray pattern out of all of those. Lovely. So that's that one clean. So do the same with all 4 of those, and do the same with the pilot jet, and then put it all back together again. We've cleaned all 4 of the float bowls, cleaned through all the jets, blown through with a bit of the old carb clean. So that's all done. So now we're going to turn our attention to the carb bodies. Just going to have to flip these over, take the slides out. So flip them over, take all the carb tops off, take the slides out, and then we can blow through each one, all the orifices, all the passageways with compressed air, just to dislodge anything that might be trapped in them. So we've got those carbs apart, a bit. And what we'll do now is we'll get the compressor fired up, we'll give those a quick blow through, clear all the orifices out, clear all the passages out, make sure everything's operating correctly, and then we'll start rebuilding them. Yeah, so we'll just give them a quick wash off with a bit of carb cleaner. There we go. So that's the worst of it all off. I'm giving them a quick clean over. Obviously they've not been tanked and cleaned and what have you, but giving them a good rinse. So what we'll do now is we'll get all the parts back together again, get them all back on the bike, and then we'll get them balanced. So we've got carbs almost back together again. I'm just going to show a little trick that I use. A bit of blue Hylamar. So blue Hylamar, it's not a silicone, it's not a glue, it is a jointing compound. And all we do is just put a little tiny bit on each of the corners here on the float bowl. And all I'm going to use this for is to hold the rubber seal in place whilst the lid goes on, whilst this float bowl actually gets fitted. So I'm just going to use quite sparingly, just a little bit, let's say around the groove where the seal goes, and then we'll just drop the seal in place. So these are all new seals. So there we go, and that'll hold that in place whilst you turn it upside down and put it in on the carb. Okay, it's just 3 screws. There we go. And the blue Hylamar, it never sets because it's a jointing compound. It's not a, it's not like a silicone or anything. So it never sets, and it actually breaks down in petrol. So if there is any on the inside of that float bowl washing around, it doesn't matter because it's not going to block the carburetor. So there we go. That's all 4 carburetors back together again. And all we need now to do is get them in that hole. Oh, fun. Right, come back to me in a minute or two. It's a bit of a struggle, but we've got the carbs back on again, so they're all fitted up. Everything's connected. And we've taken out the we've taken the vacuum lines off all 4 ports, 2 on that side, 2 on this side. And we've got our vacuum gauges set up. So what we'll do is we'll run the bike up to temperature, get it all nice and warm, and then we'll start to balance the carbs. And we can show you that on the carb tune here. So just give us a minute to get the bike warm. Got the bike running now. As you can see, we're just starting to balance up the carbs. So what we want to do is we want to balance this pair and this pair, and then that pair to that pair. So we're just starting to balance these up now. And yeah, see how we go. Carbs are all balanced now, so just give it a little rev. Tick Yeah, they're lovely. Nice and responsive on the phone. Great. So that's us all done. Just need to get the tank back on, get the seat on, and then we're finished for the day. Just finishing off the brakes on this CB404, so we just need to bleed them through. So we'll just get into that now. Like the system's completely dry, so they take a bit of fluid. Might have to go back and forth a few times. That's that side. Big old reservoir on these bikes as well. It's all the same as the VFR 750, which is quite handy for parts. So that's first pass on both calipers. However, all the pistons are at the back of the calipers at the moment, so we need to pump them out. Now if we do that and the fluid level's down there, we're going to run out of fluid and introduce air into the system. So we'll top it back up again, and then we'll see where we're at once we pump the pads out. Gives us a few pumps, see if we get a lever. We might do, we might not. Might be still air in the system. If you have a look at it, you see these tiny little air bubbles coming out. Loads of them, a whole stream of air bubbles coming out. So we've definitely got air in the system. Get rid of all that lot. Brakes are all bled up. That's absolutely bang on, that is. So we've just topped off the fluid. Reservoir cap. Just check for any spillage when you seat the cap. 2 screws and we're done. Here we go. So I've got absolutely spot on brake there. Just put the dust caps back on the bleeding holes. Oops. There we go, that's it. So that's us all done here. So we've done the brakes, we've done the steering head bearings, and we've done the carbs. So we're all yeah, good day's work. It's been absolutely freezing cold and wet, but at least it's all sorted now and we've got a happy customer. So join us again next time. Remember to like and subscribe, give us a comment, hit the notification bell if you want more content, and until next time, we'll see you again.